Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to Death Note. It is episode 30 and as always, if you want to see the reaction itself, just go down into my descriptions, follow the links, replace parentheses, dot, parts with real dots and enjoy. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear my thoughts about this episode, so see you soon. To those that came back, welcome back. That here was a sentence of this episode that was, in my opinion, very, very important. It is what Kiera is building up on. His idea, if I just take out everyone else, I will be justice. No one will stand against me. And it is the difference why he's not really good in the end. Because if you're good with good intentions, then you're good. History may make you a bad person by rewriting you, but your intentions were good ones. You wanted to do the good and the real thing. Kiera's intention, however, I don't know, man. It seems weird and mixed up. Yes, he wants to punish criminals, but we've seen that he's going darker and darker, and the way that he does this is the wrong one. If you punish others, justified or not, just by having more powers, you are just a bully. And he is a bully, and that's it. And he is the major one. He is not even just a bully, he's someone who's cowardly, additionally, you could say, because he's hiding while doing it. So he's in many regards like a sniper or something like that, right? A one-person killing crew. A sniper from an army normally has someone who tells him who to kill and who he can blame for, and he's just the one doing it. So he is he's not the legislative, right? He is just the executive. In a working justice system, you have three parts. You have legislative, judicative, and executive, right? And here and it should be normally split, because otherwise you have too much power in one person and this person may go rogue and do weird stuff and wrong stuff. So a sniper within an army normally is the executive, the legislative and the judicative are somewhere else and someone else. It might be that, as example, if you take like a commissar from Warhammer 40k, he is a person that is judicative and executive, which is already too much power, but still. So he's someone who knows the laws, interprets them, but he doesn't do the laws. He does not make them. He just knows them, he interprets them, and then he puts them into action. So that is already too much. A person, however, who is having all three powers is a big and major danger. So you could say in many regards, as example, a king in ancient history was very often the mix of legislative and judicative. He set up rules because it's his kingdom. Then he said who it is that he wants to push him on, but he very seldom to never put him into action himself. He had people for that. So like his guard or someone like that, right? So he said, burn this village down, but he didn't do it himself. There were some who did, you know, if you go like with Game of Thrones, you had the king in the north, you had the, or his father, Ned Stark, who said if you judge a man, you should kill himself. But he was doing it on the spot and looking into his eyes, if you know what I mean. And that's the difference here, because Kiera, that's why I said he's a little bit, he's the major bully, he's a hiding bully. He is legislative, he makes up rules, because he just says, I think everyone should die who is doing a crime. Yes, he's partially using the legislative of this world, by saying who was perceived as a criminal in this world by the legislative system of Japan, of the US, and so on. So you could argue if he is not maybe the legislative, but he's at least partially there, I think. He is adjudicative by saying, I sentence you to die. It's my choice only. And he is the executive because he does it by writing down the name. There's no question there. What makes him a little bit questionable, more than just a little bit, is the fact that he is hiding while doing it. So, thus, he is becoming a little bit like a sniper in an urban area who's not working for anyone, just killing because he wants to. So someone lying on a water tower with a sniper rifle or hunting rifle whatsoever and shooting at people. And they are perceived as evil generally. So, the statement of his, if Kiera is caught, he's evil, sure. Because then he will very likely be killed himself and they will rewrite history to make sure he is evil one. If he rules the world, he's justice. Yes, if everyone bows down, then you can rewrite the history of the world and you can rewrite that you are right. Or others will do it for you, as we have seen in this episode. Others will rewrite what is perceived as wrong and as right. Which brings us to Demigod. So, Demigod is a TV host who is going a little bit crazy here, right? So he is kind of like the first, or he possibly perceives himself as a first apostle of Kiera, you could say. So he is praying, he is sending out the words that Kiera is justice and everything will be good due to him. There are those people coming out of the woodworks here and then. Whenever some persons get important or some organizations get important, you will always have people who are very, very much vocal about them, for or against. You will have protesters, and you will have kind of supporters, fanatics, right? Stuff like that. So it was only a matter of time. I mean, we've seen in other episodes already that in the internet there were supporters, but now we have one out in the open in TV, and no one is really going against him yet. I think that may change. We will see. It's something I have perceived very often in the US, where there are those TV presentators who are in TV praising about being able to cure whatever stuff by praying to God and things alike. I do honor a hard belief and a true belief. I like if people are able to believe in something without needing proof. But not if they are going into a fanatic, and I mean stupid fanatic direction, if they deny other stuff that is proven by science, as example, just because it's not fitting into their world, right? But that's a concept that is very hard and complicated. We are going with Kiera into a little bit into the direction of becoming a god, in the meaning of people asking things of him by now, right? We've seen it written on the wall, please kill this and that person. If you don't do as I want, I will tell your name to Kiera and stuff like that. So he's becoming a mixture of God and the black boo-boo bad man. I don't know. The boogeyman? I don't know, man. There is this history, this what is the word? Fairy tale, kind of. Different in very many different nations, right? That you tell to kids, if you do not eat your food, if you do not go to bed in time, then the boogeyman will come and do something to you. The evil one out of the lurking forest. And as sad as it is, that's why I said the black man. I'm pretty sure in Germany this story, it is the black man, but not meant to be by heritage. But I think it was more like someone dressed completely in black clothes with a shadowed face and coming out of the forest. So more like an evil person. is coming to get you. And right now, Kiera is somewhere in between those now. He is the boogeyman, the feared one that can kill, right? Which is why this episode started with a little girl talking about it. That was interesting. That there was this little girl talking about it. So you see that Kiera is getting into the normal life, you could say, of the people. It's hard. I mean, it's what he wanted to go for. So we will see where this goes. Then we had in the beginning this one woman who's working for the FBI. That is a weird one. I got some questions on her because she got herself food and was very depressed there. I think it is her. I'm not sure. I may be wrong. Maybe it was someone else. What I don't know. There was a woman in the beginning who was putting her head on the table who seemed very depressed, and I thought she lost someone. I'm not sure if it was the blonde woman from the SPK. I think not. It looked like someone else. But is there a story coming in? We will see. But it brings me to being always right or not being always right. So Kiera killed a lot, and I mean a lot of people. Criminals, right? And I think I touched it in the past already. Our justice systems are not perfect. Especially when we're dealing with death sentences, we are in a lot of trouble because if there's made a mistake during the trial and you sentence someone to death, you cannot undo that. As soon as a person is dead, we cannot undo it. And if you find new clues or there is someone else stepping up and saying, hey, it was me, right? What now? Which is why I'm generally against death sentences myself. Because if you put someone into jail for a crime, even 30 years later, you can free him. Yes, he still lost 30 years, no question. But at least he's not dead. He may have a chance of a life again. And that's a problem with Kiera as well, because he's killing people left and right. He's killing people who are not sentenced to die. So he is changing the legislative, right? The legislative of the country says, like, I don't know, robbery, armed robbery, you go to jail for, I don't know, 10 years, right? Or 15 or more. And he just instead kills them. He upgrades in a negative way the sentences. What if those people are perceived innocent later on? Done is done. And I think this is where the problem is for me with him being perceived as good. He cannot be. Sorry. Because he alone decides, and he is not perfect. He will make mistakes. He made mistakes already in the past. We've seen it. So his decisions to kill cannot be 100% right. Not even close, in my opinion. And I'm still waiting for people to point on that a bit more, but it seems like not. I think they don't do because it goes into the general discussion of death sentences, and maybe they don't want to touch that one. We had Near and Mello kind of working together in this episode. That was interesting. I liked it. I mean, it was kind of necessary. They got different informations and they shared those now. And due to this, they put Light into a hard position now. He has to act now, which he did, because his own people are going against him again. And I kind of wait for when he will kill them. The problem is, the moment he kills them, he kind of admits who he is. But maybe he will be in a position where it doesn't matter anymore. The fact that the president of the US bowed to him is a major one. Surprising. And got enough clues to be closing in on Light a lot. Although he only knows it's L, he does not know it's Light, but I guess he will get enough info if needed. The 7% sure thing, I think, increased a lot during this episode. And it's a matter of information now. The information that he needs is lying within the Partners of Light, that he was taken out of custody from L, because the original one, because of the 13-day rule. And as soon as you get that information to N, I think it will be maybe not 100%, but a very much higher percent than 7 that Light is Kiera. He tries to get the SPK out of the building while Misa is watching TV, so that's why he sent in a camera crew. Very clever. He's having his own people now who are working for him. You have to see that. Kiera is sending this reporter. Wow. Well, it was a very interesting episode. And right now the balance of power is shifting more and more to Kiera's side. The US pulled out, thus reducing the power of N a lot. Mello is very, very damaged in his powers, so not sure when he will act again, but he will, I'm sure. And Kiera is getting open supporters more and more left and right, so there is a power change. It's interesting. We will see where it is heading. And we have seen a picture of Mello, just saying. So I'm pretty sure it might be that Mello has one of Nier as well. Who knows? Here we go. That's it from me this time. I hope you enjoyed. I did for sure. It was a good episode. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, my name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.